Well, hello. Oh my God! Look, it's Pledge Eccentric.
No. It's not. It's
Oh,
not
I'm sorry.
Pledge.
What? I don't.
It's hold on. Let's get it right. His name is I'm so sorry. Let me get it together because I was just a little bit taken back, and I was like, "Is that what we're doing? Is that how we doing it?" I said, "Okay, here we go. All right." But I'm so glad to see you, though.
A Jamu.
Is that what it is?
You said on the screen. A
Oh,
Jamu.
a Jamu. Thank you.
Hey, Papa.
How are
Thank you for dinner yesterday. I appreciate it.
I'm going to eat this very individually wrapped or
That's right. I still have half a steak left.
Individually cut Ritz cracker in a bag and a plastic bag that I was offered by my good Brista.
Well, he took me out for my birthday.
So hey.
I'll take you out for your birthday.
Hey.
I got a Burger King crown for you and everything.
It is not about me. This is your 30 days of dominion.
You can get a double Whopper.
Oh,
you know where we're going to go? We're going to go to the Crafty Crab and get some of the boom sauce. And hopefully the girls will be fighting.
The girls seriously. Are fighting.
No, you pick out where you want to go. I got you. Oh, I found TikTok has given me a couple of cute spots down at the wharf to visit.
What did I do? You mean when they went and had dinner last night? Is that what you're asking about, Pledge Jamu? Is that what you're asking? What did I do when they went out to have dinner last night? I was probably sleeping in my bed because I had nothing else to do. Because I wasn't invited.
I was invited.
I was not invited.
If I go someplace,
I
typically invite you.
I don't know. Well, I mean, listen, it writes itself. This whole show writes itself. I mean, I'm just saying. And then, Marcus is chiming in, talking about how good the steak was and everything.
It was.
I mean, and it's okay. I mean, they went to Del Frisco's and everything. I mean,
we both complimented on how much better the steak was this time when we went for Christmas. I don't know what it was. I think it was
it was not good. Like this Christmas, while I appreciate us going,
it
was not the same.
It was not. But when we went last night, like everything was on point. Like we get the bacon. And you know how sometimes, because it's actually just a whole slice of the pork belly, sometimes...
Is that what we're doing, Marcus?
Good email must have got lost in, it got stuck in his outbox. It's Google's fault.
So the post office is now, they done took over Google. Is that what we're doing? And they messed them. Okay. All right.
But you know how, like, when you get that pork belly and it's sliced thick, sometimes it's a hit or miss whether you get lots of meat or you get the fat. And some people love the fat. I'm not one of those, but the slice that we had was 95% meat.
Oh, So you got leftover Brussels sprouts? You mean you didn't get a piece of meat or nothing? Like they couldn't even like buy you a drink or nothing?
He doesn't like steak. He didn't come. It was just me and
a
Papa.
piece of chicken or nothing? Like Savant, I mean, your husband didn't get you no piece of chicken or something, a piece of fish or something?
He doesn't like steak, so.
But I mean, chicken, something?
We weren't gonna order him a whole separate meal.
But why not?
Papa and I needed some girlfriend time.
Meghan Markle, girl, I'm gonna call you after the show because they can do their thing. We're gonna do our thing. That's what we're doing.
Oh, so what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna go to the outlet mall and walk around and look at shit?
But that's our thing. That's what we do.
Okay, well, to have fun at Potomac Mills. Good for you.
That's what we do. I mean, it's all right. It's whatever. we got Potomac Mills. We got Tanger Outlet. We also have Arundel Mills.
Oh, good. So you can go to
I mean,
Auntie Anne's and get an old dry ass, dusty ass, crusty ass pretzel.
Auntie Anne, and Auntie Annie stopped making the raisin ones.
I don't like pretzels. So.
Oh my god, that was the best thing. Like that was like.
I have had. I can't remember if it was from there, but one time somebody convinced me to get a hot one of those big pretzels, and it was super hot. And I pulled it apart, and it was steaming. And they gave me like a cute little container of the yellow mustard, and I dipped it in the mustard. I was like, okay,
yeah,
I see it a little bit.
When they're hot and in the buttery or whatever, like they're really, really good, really good. Yes, Savant Tanger. So listen. Grab Papa's credit card because we going over to. There's a few things I've seen at the Coach outlet that I want to grab, so that's what we doing.
Notice he didn't say buy; he said grab, so that's why I'm not going.
Grab Papa's credit card. Oh, speaking of which, did I pay my? I did. Okay, I was like, did I pay my credit card bill?
Bitch,
that's awful.
I spent like 30 minutes trying to look for my Amex card yesterday because it was stuck in. I remember.
First of all, it's like the heaviest card on the planet, bitch. His fucking Amex card is like this fucking heavy, and it's like solid fucking platinum.
I know I had taken it out of my wallet and put it in with the mail, but then I looked at the mail initially and couldn't see it, so I was tearing the fucking house up. You know where it was? In the mail. I had to literally go through each piece of mail because the friction caused it to be like stuck. So it didn't immediately like drop out when I was doing like this.
But it's like hard as hell. It was just like your damn credit card when it hits the table, it's like
it is.
The fuck? But okay.
And I pay a lot of money for that privilege.
I
considered getting rid of it, but
the only thing I like about I like the idea of American Express where I can do whatever I want to do and charge, for this period of time, like have no limit. But then I also realized that 30 days later, you got to pay that bitch off in full. And so, which is a good thing because it keeps your spending kind of on track. You know
it doesn't.
Well, it can. It can keep your spending on track.
It absolutely does not. When I first got when I first got that girl, I was like, hey, charge it. And I got that bill. She was $9,000.
And you was like,
now, it wasn't that I didn't have the money, but I was just not planning.
I got to give you how much at one time? I'm like, what?
But then I was like, that means I spent $9,000 on shit in a month.
It makes you think about how much money you spend. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't buying like $5,000 Birkin bag. I mean, you can't even get a Birkin bag for $5,000.
No,
but I wasn't buying like a $5,000 necklace. I mean, I was buying mostly useful stuff, but still. So yeah, so the fact that you got to pay the bill off for the month doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the discipline not to use it.
Well, for me, it's like, bitch, listen. I know I can't spend over this stuff. I know what size my check is. I know what size my spending is. I know I can't go over that.
Yeah.
Because I need that check and I need that credit card. So we got to come up with some, we got to come up with something.
I am quite expensive, bougie girl.
Yes, he's quite expensive, bougie. He's so expensive that Marcus took him out to eat yesterday. And we are sitting here eating these individually wrapped crackers that he offered me. My Brista loves me, but they went down to the Del and the Frisco's and had a nice little piece of steak to celebrate his birthday. Listen, let's be clear. We're not knocking or not hating on his birthday because his birthday is actually
Saturday.
I was gonna say, yeah. It's actually second. So this is 30 days of Dominion. I listen, do you. But once again, I was at home twirling an individually wrapped container of half and half to put into my water that was room temperature while I sat by the bed and I shook it up and drank it.
Oh, by half and half, you meant half tea, half lemonade?
Yes.
I was like, bitch, why are you adding water to half and half?
No, it's
what the fuck?
But I mean, but they went to Del Frisco. So I mean, I just sat in the house. I mean, it is what it is. And this is not the first or the second time this has happened. This is like, how many times is this now, Eccentric? This is like the third or fourth time, fifth or sixth. Where are we at? I've kind of lost count. It's okay.
It depends on how far you want to go back.
It's okay. It's okay. Because if I do that, I'm gonna get even madder. I'm becoming more mad.
We could go all the way back to the daiquiri factory.
You mean the daiquiri factory is no longer in existence?
I know. That was when we went. That was like the last time too, because it closed
right after that.
Mm-hmm. That's terrible.
It closed right after that.
We was gonna go back the next day.
I'm just saying we having a moment of silence. But anyway, I'm gonna just go on. I'm gonna dash over this.
So how was your week?
My week has been frustrating at the job.
Mm-hmm.
I am now planning my exit strategy because I am not happy with the way things are going. And I had to be reminded, you had that moment. I had this moment, and I've heard people say it, but I've had that moment where I kind of forgot who I was. And I was talking to someone who interviewed me for a job at another place, but because she was friends with someone else that I knew, she kind of gave me some inside information. So we become friends.
Yeah.
But she was like, from an interview perspective, she was like, no. She's like, we were talking about different jobs. She's like, all of these things and all these characteristics and skills, you have these for these other positions. And I was like, I do that whole thing of talking myself out of a job. She was like, absolutely not. Don't talk yourself out. Let them tell you no. Apply for it. And so I was like, okay. So just a reminder. And I was like, I just needed that because I'm feeling kind of frustrated with the process of what I need to do at my current position or with my current employer, I should say. And I was a little irritated. But other than that, I mean, the week has been okay. Now, Monday morning, I was a little irritated because listen, y'all know my housing situation. I have a roommate, and I share the bathroom with this said roommate. And listen, I got to be out the house and on the road between 6:30 and 6:45 for me to make it at this hour and 5-minute drive into the Baltimore and the Moors. That allows me time to stop at the motherfucking Dunkin' Donuts and pick up my nicely fresh brewed cup of coffee and go back into the office.
Okay.
That's all I want. Because we don't have any coffee makers at the joint. We can't make any, we don't have any of that stuff there.
What do you mean you can't make coffee?
They don't want you to, our cafeteria is closed because of COVID. It hasn't opened back up. We have vending machines that they've just now restocked within the last month. But having your own like coffee pot and microwave and like little in your office, they don't want you to have any of that in the building. Go figure. So when I get there,
you gave a microwave out so you couldn't even bring lunch if you wanted to.
We didn't have a refrigerator to put the shit in to keep it cold.
But even if you bought like something frozen, it'll be thawed out, so it won't take as long to cook.
And what am I gonna cook it in?
That's what I'm saying. They won't allow y'all to have microwaves either.
No.
What, you in prison?
A child. Listen. So,
you got to make toilet ramen.
So I wake up and I realize that the door is closed and the light is on, which says that somebody's in the bathroom. I'm gonna get my shit together. Oh, look who showed up! Desmond finally met you. I'm gonna come back to you. But I get up, the lights on, the doors closed. I was like, okay, I'm pressing my little shirt out, pressing my little slacks out or whatever. I'm like, all right, let me get this together. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm noticing that it's like 6:10, it's like 6:15, and I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what the hell? 6:21, I was like, nobody responded. I opened the door. Nobody's in the bathroom, and nobody's been in the bathroom for quite. And I was like, why would you do that? Then it dawned on me, you had company, and your company went into the bathroom and closed the door and left the light on. So again, I'm thinking that somebody's in the bathroom. Now I'm wasting time, and I'm getting irritated as shit. It just put me in that headspace of like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
So, but other than that, it's been, and we had to have a conversation. I had to have a light conversation via text to kind of be like, hey, so in order for me to get to more,
didn't y'all already have this conversation?
I'm putting it in a text message, and I was trying to be polite. I was like, this 8 a.m. starts in Baltimore is getting to me, but I just want to be out of the bathroom by like 6:30. So he said, well, yeah, I got to be there at 7:30 at my job. Okay, well, you're going to 20 minutes away. I have another 40 minutes on top of that to drive on top. So like, he said, well, I started going at 5:15. Okay, well, if you go in at 5:15,
why does it have to get the fuck up at 5:15?
If you have to go in, if you can go in at 5:15, or will you be done by 6? It's like, yes. I was like, great. That's all I'm concerned with. I just want to make sure that
why it takes him, if he don't have to be to work till 7:30, why is he up at 5:15?
Why are you asking me this question? I don't know, and I don't.
That really just seems like a lot.
I don't know, and I really don't care.
Listen, my calculation is like, I got to be to work at 7:30. It takes me 20 minutes to drive,
20 minutes to get dressed.
Right. So I was like, bitch, the latest I can get up is 6:45.
So, I don't see what the problem is.
And even if I gave myself like 10 minutes earlier than that, there is no way I will be getting up before 6 o'clock.
So again, I just had to remind, and it was like, oh, we worked it out. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But bitch, I was just irritated.
Do y'all only have 2 bathrooms in the house?
No, there's 3.
So you can't use the one that's downstairs?
There's no shower. It's 2.5.
When I say bathroom, I'm not talking about just a toilet. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about a shower.
2.
Okay.
2. The basement's not finished. That was where the other one was going to go.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so yeah.
I mean, you can always come through here and use this bathroom.
I appreciate that. But that would mean I'd also have to get up a little bit earlier than I do at this particular point to get over here, shower, and then leave out of here.
Listen, I'm about I'm about options and solutions. You may not like my solution, but the solution is offered.
I appreciate that. And the only other option I had at that particular point was either to use these dude wipes and freshen up and go, or to jump in this motherfucking water and get out as fast as I could.
And ain't it a school? They ain't got no dormitory. You can't take a shower in the gym or something.
Listen, I went in that bitch at 6:21, and at 6:38 I had showered, and put my clothes on and got in the car, and I was driving up there. So I pulled I Christy Turlington. I twirled and swirled, and I got it together.
Shit. Robert says, I work from home and still wake up 2 hours ahead. Bitch,
I would give myself 30 minutes ahead at the most.
I work at home, and every day I am rushing down. We have our huddle at 8:35. And every day I am rushing down the stairs at 8:33. Like, whew, as long as I get this laptop up and am on and ready to go by 8:35. No, girl, working at home. Oh, well, yeah, it's like 5,000 people that live in your house, Robert. So we understand.
Well, yeah. And but listen.
And I have my own bathroom that I don't share with anybody.
That is my issue. That is my issue, but it's okay, because you know what? At the end of the day, if I don't like where my circumstances are, then change it, and that's it. That's
we gotta say hello to Links, who is dialing in from Guayaquil, Ecuador. From Ecuador. Ecuador.
And then also we want to say, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put him on the spot. Go back up. We'll go ahead and put him on the spot. So one of our lovelies, my little brother, my child, whatever you want to call him at this particular point, he apparently seems to not be getting the notifications.
Is he not subscribed?
He's supposed to be subscribed and
did
also
he click the bell
notice and the bell and everything. But he's like, I don't get that on my
so
iPad.
when you go to the YouTubes,
because he says he
and
never
you click
gets
on the thing that it says subscribe,
calls.
and then you click on. There's a little bell right there. When you click on the bell, then on your phone it's gonna pop up. So first of all, two things are going to happen. I was late doing it. I did not put the notification for the show on till like 7:30. But okay. Whether it's 7:30 or whether it's yesterday, you're going to get the first notification that the BGKH show will be going live at 8 p.m.
on Wednesdays. Then
when we actually do go live, you're going to get a notification that the BGKH show is live.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't catch, but that's okay. He joined us. I appreciate
He's here. And so we thank
you.
We thank you. Mm-hmm. Gaia Kill. Okay, that's what they told us to check in.
But I see best friend is there. Hey, best friend. Oh, hey. The shout. Listen, I'm gonna give a shout out to so all my girls. So Bougie Girls here, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Yes. I'm gonna give a shout out to the ladies of the Devastating Divas of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated as well.
Yes.
So I see Tamika.
He said he sent the picture and sent you. Let's corroborate this.
Wait, let me see. Did you put it on my phone? Let's see this picture he sent me. Because you know I'm going to show this on air. Who's texting me? Why is he texting me? Okay, hold on. So it says subscribe. You have the bell on. It's not notification.
Exactly. You see that? You see the
bell
line
next to it with the line through it? That means that there's no notice. Take the line off of the.
You have to hit that, and then when you hit that, you will start getting the notifications. We love you though, Desmond. We really do. We just want you to be the best.
Because thank you for sending me all the information that I needed. Because again, it says subscribe, but that thing where there's a line in front of your face. Or there's a line in front of something, that means there's no notification. You need to click that notification so they can send it to you. But I kept asking you this in the car a couple different ways.
But now you know.
I did.
And knowing is half the battle.
You know,
G.I. Joe, rainbows.
Right.
Okay.
That's
let's not make any more noises, Links. If you're not a part of the organization, not supposed to do that. I don't know if they taught you that in
listen at JetBlue University.
At JetBlue University. So, but yeah. Robert, you are better than me because there is no way in creation that I would get up
2 hours now.
So I got to be. So they changed the huddle. They moved the huddle by 5 minutes. I was like, whew, thank God that I can sleep.
Bitch, 5 minutes sometimes get you all the way together.
All the way together.
Baby, 5 minutes will get you all the way together.
So my first alarm goes off at 7:45. Then and depending on how tired I am, I might.
That's the primer. That's the first.
Tell Alexa to turn her off, and then she tells me the weather or whatever, and then that goes. Then on my phone, the alarm goes off at 8 o'clock. I hit the snooze. 8:10, hit the snooze. Now, when the meeting was at 8:30, that I had to be up, but at like the 8:15.
Okay.
But now that it's 8:35, I hit the snooze at 8:20.
Yeah.
And then I get up at 8:20 and then slowly make my way downstairs. And the last snooze is at 8:30. And that's when I turn the alarm off. That's when I should already be making my way down the stairs.
Child, my alarm clock is set for 5:30, but the clock is fast. So it's like 10 to 15 minutes fast. So it goes off at like 5:45 or whatever. Then my phone comes on at 5:50.
You have a physical alarm clock?
I do. I still have my alarm clock from when I was in high school. That brown GE with the line and
right, because when you're it's 10 minutes fast, like when people say my clock is 10 minutes fast, and I'm like, you still have a clock?
Yes, I have. It's on the side of my bed on the side because it's the most annoying sound, but it wakes me up.
You can replicate that phone on your phone.
No, but sometimes I don't hear it. Because I've trained myself to not hear my phone.
You know what? That is the worst. I've had dreams where I thought I was going crazy, like in the dream. And in the dream, I am, I'm going about my life. And then all of a sudden I hear this. Oh, you heard her? You saw it? that thing is like 60 years old. She's trying it.
She tried it, but she's trying it, but she knows she still got hers. Mm-hmm. She still got hers because she got hers from the same motherfucking store I got mine from.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Old young bitch. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll just be like, like we're having this conversation or whatever, and I'll hear this noise and it's driving me insane. And I'll say to you, like, you don't hear that noise, and no one in the whole world can hear it. So like this noise is like right in my ear, but no one else can hear it. And in my mind, this is going on for like weeks, and in the dream, it's going on for weeks and months. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, bitch, you sleep, and you wake up, and it's only been like 20 seconds in real time.
Yep,
like,
I've had that. Yeah,
and
I've had stuff like that happen.
It's a little depressing because you're like, because you get to a point in your mind where like, bitch, I am insane.
Yes, you're like,
I'm insane.
Like, I'm either insane or like I'm not even. I don't hear that.
Something ain't
I'm not
right.
doing it.
Right.
Like, it ain't.
So and then you're like, no one else in the world hears this noise but you, and you're like, bitch, that's your alarm. And then you wake up, and then you're all right.
Now I've seen that alarm clock, the one that rolls around and you have to get up.
I'm not doing that because the first time I got to actually get out the bed to do it, I will step on that shit and smash her, and it'll be a wrap for me. It's like, a no for me. Right?
It's like, well, that was $60 that was
exactly
just wasted.
Right, or the one that you got it's like a puzzle or something that you got to put together to turn it off.
Got to get up.
Like, I'm not doing none of that.
We're not doing that.
No. Nope.
But other than that, that's how I get up in the morning when I do with my alarm clocks as well. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, how was your week? Because you were talking about that.
The week was fine. Work is it's not slower at all, but things are going well. So Good. I am stepping out on the confidence from all the people that I work with, because I'm one of those people that don't like. I talk. Well, that when I don't have to, I don't say anything. I'm generally a quiet person, which I think people are surprised because they see shows like.
I am just settling down and listening to you. That is all I'm doing. I am not listening.
Y'all saw the face, though.
I am not.
Y'all saw the face and the posture and all of that. It's the body language.
I did not. I'm readjusting myself. That's all I'm doing.
Anyway, at work particularly, I don't want to be one of those people that's talking about shit that I don't know. So it's only now that I'm feeling comfortable speaking the language of IT that I'm starting to speak up more and speak from a base of, a little bit of knowledge about stuff. And that's working out well. And like today, my boss calls me and she was like, so, I know we had talked about you coming on board, but how do you feel like being like part of the management team? I was like, of course. She was like, she said, how would you like to be one of my, one of the key senior leaders on the team? I was like, I already am. And she was like, well, no one ever said you lack confidence. I said, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And we had a good laugh about that. But yeah, so work is still annoying because, I am still just like, I'm annoyed by having to work with people. First of all, I'm glad you saw it too, Lynx. I'm not the only one that saw it. So let's just be clear.
What?
Right, your little exactly.
Listen, Lynx, you're in Guadalajara. You don't know you probably drinking tequila or something. You don't know what the heck is going on. And the signal's probably all jacked up because it's whatever.
They ain't got good internet.
They ain't got no good internet in Coma Takahiti, wherever you are.
So, but I'm sure you've experienced this, and a lot of other people who work in professional settings do, where people think that and I maybe have said this before, where people think they've done the job by sending an email. It's like, all right, so we need to get the answer to why is the sky blue? And we have been asking this question, why is the sky blue for like months? And it's like, generally, it's like a simple answer. But for whatever reason, you're like, well, we need input from this person and that person and this person and that person. Okay. So then next week, I'm like, so why is the sky blue? Well, we need to get input from this person and that person. And then, so that's when I was like, so, and so this is me stepping out, on that basis of, my boss has got my back. I said, so this is my frustration.
That is exactly where I'm at. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I've gotten to the point of like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing, don't say nothing, don't say nothing.
But I said it. I was like, this is my frustration. We already had, and he was like, and so when I say, why is the sky blue? Well, I need to coordinate this and we need to have these other meetings and stuff. And I said, well, we already have a meeting. We have a meeting every week to talk about all of this stuff, and yet nothing is happening. And so then his boss is like, all right, so will you set up a meeting with all of the appropriate people to make this happen? And so dude says yes. So then today, now that he's been called on the carpet, now he's CCing me unnecessarily on all this other stuff. I don't need to be CC'd on the interim stuff. If I ask you a question, you all could do whatever the fuck it is y'all need to do and just get me the answer back either by email or in the next meeting. But no. So he's sending me all of this. And so here's what he does. To all of those people that need to ask, he doesn't say, let's meet on Thursday. He says, hey, do you think we could set up a meeting to talk about thus and so? Which is a very non-committal sort of thing to do. And so I'm just like, listen, girl, everybody know it ain't my fault. So that's really what it boils down to. So that part is a little annoying, but other than that, it's good.
I'm at the frustrated part, and because I'm actually doing it now with the president. And so,
well, I'm not like that because I am getting support from all of the higher ups. So
my president literally after our meeting came down and said exactly what I had literally said. She had to think about it. And I was like, I just gave you the information earlier.
So she wasn't paying attention.
And she wasn't paying attention. And because it didn't come from her.
So she regurgitated it like it was her idea? I have a story about that. When I was at Redacted Airlines, how about we were in a meeting, right? It's an airline. So, when we have a meeting,
the life of being very professional.
Right.
If you don't sit your ass down.
Right. When you work for the airline, you can be like, yeah, we're all going to have a meeting in LA where we all just get together. Everybody flies there, whatever. So we in the meeting, and the woman who, everybody's tasked with presenting something.
And you know what? I'm sorry. Let me take that back. She didn't regurgitate what I said. I said to her, these are the minimum standards. Are we using them? And she said, this is BCPS. That's going to be a problem. But then 24 hours later, we're going to use this.
Did she say, thank you for coming up with this? Well. Anyway, so I'm a dash over, what happened at United Airlines. So anyway, so generally the job is good. I am happy and I think I'll stay there for a minute. Now, the next big thing is tomorrow when we have the conversation about return to office. Not me personally, because whatever that is, my boss my boss and the big boss have already said that I could do this job from anywhere, particularly Florida. So
I wonder if they're going to try
already to people on my team, like the one dude that they hired, who was the reason why we had the conversation yesterday, because it's
okay.
So here's why it's about to be up. You work from home, right? Everybody work from home. It's all good. We know I got an hour and a half between this meeting, so I'm get the dry cleaning, go to the mailbox, do whatever. That's your business. Right. Like what's your girl say? The vegans say that's your because that's my business.
Right.
That's my business. What I do when there ain't no meetings.
That's Tabitha.
What Miss Tabitha say? If it ain't got no meetings, what I do between those meeting times, as long as I ain't on no deadline, that's my business. Well, today. Old boy was now he's a PM like me. So these aren't meetings that he's supposed to be in. These are meetings that he's supposed to lead and run. And so our boss, who is my boss, not the big boss, but our boss, is in this meeting, and our counterpart in real estate is like, so where's so and so? And she's like, because you know, she's in the meeting just because he's still new and he'd be fucking up. But she's sort of in the background because she doesn't really come to my meetings anymore unless I specifically ask her to. Okay. But she'll come to the meeting mainly because she's got like overall program responsibility. So she's just got the meeting on in the background while she's doing other stuff. Things. But then the one lady is like, well, where is so-and-so? And so she pinged him like 5 times. And he not only was he didn't answer the phone. So he didn't answer on Teams. And he didn't answer on the phone. This is a meeting that he's supposed to be running. And when she finally did get in contact with him, he said, "Oh, I wasn't near my phone." And I'm like, "Bitch, you was supposed to be on the clock." I mean, technically, you're supposed to be on the clock from 8 to 5, but generally, ain't nobody stressing as long as you do
what you're supposed
to do. But when you start fucking up and not being at meetings that you're supposed to be in charge of, then exactly, this is why we can't have nice things, because that's why the companies is like, this is why people can't work at home, because motherfuckers like this, people like me, you bougie girl, be like, well, of course, I'm not going to get my hair did right when I'm supposed to be leading the meeting,
But this is exactly why we're on that 8 to 5 schedule in office, every single body.
Exactly. Everything. Because people don't know how to act.
Because I'm like, what the fuck?
And so, I don't think he's going to make the cut. But my point is that he lives in South Carolina. There's one person that they just hired that she lives in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Somebody else that they just hired that lives in Dallas. So our team is already geographically dispersed. And so even if they do say we all got to return to work, I mean, the expectation of someone that you just hired was not that you're supposed to be moving back to DC when this job becomes permanent. So we'll wait to see what the corporate position is going to be, because they said, let me see what exactly did it say. Child, these girls be doing.
Oh, that's what's his face? Okay.
These girls be doing the most on Facebook, and then they be like, "Why did I get the Facebook jail? Because girl, you showing your uterus on the InstaWebs."
And what a lovely uterus it is,
right?
Because I surely would have. I would have. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so I think I deleted the original message because it didn't matter. You know how they be. They be talking all kinds of shit, because I'm like, I want to get to the bottom line, and the bottom. I've never met him.
Oh my goodness! Listen,
is he a lot?
I don't listen. It just looks good. That's all.
It looks good.
Just looks good,
but it feels like it's wrapped up in a crazy package.
It's Baltimore.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Baltimore.
Gotcha.
It's Baltimore.
Gotcha.
So
we'll wait to see what happens when they talk this foolishness with return to office.
I'm trying to be happy about this.
What is this? I'm not unhappy, but I don't really care.
Oh, I'm not unhappy. I'm just trying to be happy about it. Like I can care. Like I didn't care less.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get all excited. But anyway, go ahead.
So we'll see what happens with that. Over the weekend, what did I do Saturday? Oh, I spent some quality time with the slave. Did you see the pictures on the Twitters?
I did see some pictures.
Yes.
I had to get that. I was like, why is okay.
Yes. The slave was officially shaved.
Yes.
So, he is completely hairless from the neck to mid-thigh.
That thing will be itching and scratching and popping.
I know. That's part of it. But here's the funny part. So he's not super hairy on his chest, but I told him to get into the shower, and I come up with the electric clippers, like zzz, and just did like a diagonal, like right across his chest. And he was like, and then I was like, hold your arm up, and shaved his arms. And so then I shaved off as much as I could with the clippers and told him to bend over. And well, he was handcuffed, so he couldn't really spread them. So I had to get in there. I remember I got to dip those clippers in alcohol.
get you some witch hazel or some yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am very professional as a motherfucker, but we talk about my personal life. Then I came back with the razor.
And so you stupid.
He was
fuck around and find out.
listen. I mean, I have been prepared as long as I live here to
show up
in the office at least a couple of days a week. And they had initially said that. But I said to the big boss very clearly that my intention was to move to Florida. And his words very clearly were, that is not a problem. Okay. So they are giving senior managers and directors leeway.
Okay.
And this has been said in front of the team. I asked her not to say this all the time, but she said, you're the rock star of the team. I was like, please don't keep saying that in front of the people.
Like,
that puts like a target on
my back. Don't do that. Like, yeah.
But so they want to keep me happy. So if keeping me happy means let me move to Florida, then I think I'll be fine. But again, that's not even happening for 2 or 3 years. So who knows if I'm gonna still be here for 2 or 3 years. So I know that the minimum is going to be that we'll work at home at least 2 days a week, I think. And we'll see what they say about some people being able to work remote 100%. The problem is that a lot of organizations, for whatever reasons, in the years leading up to the pandemic, had just refurbished or bought a ton of real estate and that you just can't get rid of, because you got like
Nichelle. But you know what? That's a very real fear for a lot of people, Nichelle.
Very.
Yeah.
But they bought a ton of real estate, or leased a ton of real estate, and usually those leases are at a minimum 5 years.
Yeah.
And usually 10 years, because it takes a long time. And so you don't want to have to move the whole organization every 2 years or whatever. So, and then they spent money on the lease, then they spend a couple $1 million refurbishing it, which is just for everybody to go home.
But that's exactly what happened at my old job, because we went out and then we got bought out by the new company. Mm-hmm. And the new company's like, everybody's got to come back into work. And people are like, really? They forgot that they purchased us, and they assumed all of our assets and liabilities, mm-hmm. as well as that liability of paying that damn rent for the next 5 years or whatever it was, mm-hmm. on this newly renovated space that we negotiated with them. So they're like, we spent all this damn money. We got to use this space. You damn right you got to use this space. So that's why they're trying to get everybody to come back in.
Right.
So listen.
I like Nichelle said, I'm going to need counseling when they tell, what did she say? I got to scroll back up. I'm going to need counseling when they tell me I got to go back into that big ass petri dish known as the building where I work.
Absolutely.
I feel the same, because when I go into the office now, I wouldn't mind going into the office 2 or 3 days a week, because other than the commute, which isn't terrible because I'm just commuting down to Union Station.
Work from home permanent. So, Robert, you need to hit us up, because you need somebody else, some other help somewhere, because I
know the slave works for the government. He works. And so
Robert is
no. I'm not, he doesn't work for the government, but I'm talking about my slaves.
No, I knew that, but I'm talking about he's almost all are work from home permanent. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know lots of people that are work from home permanent. Mark
Spiller Boy
is work from home permanent. So is your boy in New Mexico.
Mark.
Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And so I know of quite a few people who
have to live in California. But if I'm working from, all I need is an address. So it sounds like, Robert, you just decided to be my address. Is that what I'm
yeah, mean? But you also got to be there. So
I mean,
it's
the California address.
It's 8:45 now. That means it's only 5 o'clock. It's only 5:45 there. So
okay, so I just got off.
Okay, girl, but you're living here.
Okay,
so it sounds cute until they want you to be on a meeting at 4 o'clock San Francisco time, and it's 7 o'clock
here. Yeah, I wouldn't start.
No, because they're expecting you to be in California, so there is no like, because like in California, so they will be like 8 o'clock. You'd be like, yeah, I want to start at 5 o'clock in the morning. You want to work 5 a.m.
No, that's
to
not. If they're starting at 8 o'clock in the morning on their time,
that is 5 o'clock in the morning here. It's 3 hours earlier.
You did that backwards. If it's 8 o'clock in the morning,
well, later. Okay, sure,
right,
girl, whatever.
Right. So,
whatever, bitch. So that's just as bad. So you think they're going to let you say, oh, I'm not going to, just no. I just feel like no.
Yeah, I mean, so you work 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Is that what I'm reading, Robert? So 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time.
We are not even going to say that on the air, Desmond. We're going to leave that alone.
So that's 2. So that'd be 2 to 9 here. If that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but all women need to go back to the office. My regulars are getting too comfortable with their scarves and bonnets. Shut the hell up.
That doesn't really bother me. The scarf. Listen, our cameras aren't generally on, so I don't know what the fuck you.
Listen, my VP is like, "Good morning, everyone. Could you please turn your cameras on, please?" And I'm like, "What the? We're here in the office. What do you need to? What is the problem? Like, what is?
You know what? It's that senior manager thing where some people, some managers feel like they have to control people. And that's a level of control. And the reason for that is because they don't actually know how to manage people. I could give a if I was in that position, I could give a shit whether your camera is on or not, as long as you're meeting your deadline. And so, like with old boy that didn't show up to the meeting, I'm like, all right, girl, that's your one. That's your one. Yeah, if it happens again, there won't be a 2. And if there's a 2, there will never be a 3, because I don't understand how during the middle of the day when you were supposed to be at work.
And you said she pinged them 5 times.
5 times.
So it wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 1.
Right. 2, like 10 minutes later or something.
Yeah.
And she pinged him both on Teams, which he should have on his phone.
Right.
As well as calling him, and all of them times he didn't answer his phone, girl, that's leave without pay as far as I'm concerned.
So my hours are flexible. Listen,
what you do selling drugs for a living? I need more information.
Mika.
Right, I need more information. What is this?
Wait, Mika. All I'm saying is I'm having a memory. Girl, picture it.
Mm-hmm.
Bachelor's Mill.
Yes.
Circa 2000 and I don't know. I'm gonna say 2008 or 9. We upstairs. We in the Bachelor's Mill. We out on the balcony for like a hot second, and somebody was walking over and talking to us and some shit. They was like, "Oh my God, you are just amazing. You are beautiful." Mm-hmm. She was like, "Thank you very much," and I don't even know how he said it.
This heterosexual woman thought that this homo was talking.
No,
to her.
she knew exactly what she was like.
Okay, she was being funny. Okay,
yeah, but she was like,
and I mean, she is gorgeous. So that's not the thing.
She is, but she was just like, "Thank you," and he was just like, "Yeah, such." And I don't know how we got on the subject, but he made the assumption that for whatever reason, I guess that she was in the club with us,
that she was trans,
and she was like, so that was her response. She was like,
"How very dare you?"
She was like, "What?" She was like, "No." She's like, listen, I am flattered, but no.
That same thing happened. One of my fraternity brothers, I'm in this co-educational fraternity, ran into us at Beacon Bar and Grill, and Cornelius, it was that was back in the day when only homos.
Cornelius is funny though.
Went, and when her name is Kelly. So Kelly said hello to me. She was there with her girlfriends or whatever. One of her homos had introduced her to the spot. So that was how the takeover starts. But she was there with her girlfriends, and she left. Cornelius was like, her surgery is everything. And she looked back. She was like, "I am a real woman, sir."
Oh my God. Oh my God. So Tamika, do me a favor. Because Tamika does do bathing suits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a link to your stuff if you have it, because I know you do stuff. You do a lot of personal stuff.
Can I get like a cute FloJo one piece to start on, come up one arm, go down the body, and then go down the other leg?
So she can do it.
Okay.
She can do it. But can you send me a link to some of your stuff? Because I want to kind of, because there's a couple, listen, all of us on here, all of us on here have night lives. So, I mean, we might want
something with like, an illusion panel in the middle that sucks it all in.
So yes, we'd like to share your stuff.
Michelle said, I ain't saying nothing about not making my standing Wednesday appointments. I gets to the hairdresser. Let me tell you, when I first started this job,
other Friday at 6
told my barber, I told my job, I was like,
hey, Lonzy,
I have a standing 4:30 appointment. And I can't tell you how many times, not just the people that I work with directly, but other people was putting shit on my calendar. And so I just moved the shit to Thursday at 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm off the clock at 5, so 6 o'clock is my time. But
Spanx in a swimsuit.
Yes, I need Spanx in a swimsuit.
Listen, I'm here for it all the way around. But anyway,
let's jump on in because we can talk about this forever.
And I'm so happy you are here, Tamika. Happy you are here, Mika.
We got to finish this so I can finish my steak. Oh, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. First, we saw it in our super fans group. Let's talk about the Pastor Dawkins video.
Oh, okay. So Pastor Dawkins. So this is my thesis statement.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't doing all that. I mean, and to be quite, first of all, you wasn't doing all of that. Now, the question on whether the bottom was lazy. Or
the bottom was lazy.
Wait, the question is whether the bottom was lazy or whether the top was just, it likes a slow, comfortable screw. So that because literally, let's think about this. Some of these older men, ourselves included, some of, and I say ourselves meaning that we're part of that age bracket, may like a slow, comfortable screw. And if that's what they like, then baby, that's what they're gonna get. But on top of all that, he wasn't breaking shit down. I mean, he wasn't small, but he wasn't breaking shit down.
No.
But I mean, but it's all right. It was all right. It was cute. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes. So I will say a couple of things. The piece was cute. I mean, it
was cute.
It was, yeah, it was,
and I'm not saying
it'll roto your rooter.
It for some. It's cute.
Well, I mean, everybody ain't hurricane throat in this bitch.
This is not about me. This is not about any
apparently.
This is not about me. This is not any about none of my crew. This is about nobody that I know. I'm just saying it was cute. That's all I'm saying.
It's the piece was cute. So here, it was significantly more than 6 inches. It was a good.
Spectre's out.
Spectre's out.
He's like, it's more than 6 inches. I'm out.
Oh, Spectre's a lazy bottom?
No, he don't like all that big. He don't want a big.
He don't
meat.
like big meat.
He's like, I don't. He's like, if it's more than 6 inches, I
comfortable average meat.
He want. He don't like that.
All right, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, he don't like that.
So my concern, starting with the oral part of the video, here's my thing.
And see, I didn't see. I just saw the last piece. I didn't see that.
Baby,
that link. No, the link. The link. Ah!
Damn. Child, she was $14. It was fine.
But that link you sent me didn't have all that. I just saw that.
No, there were 2 parts to the.
It was 2 parts.
I said there's the oral, and there's the anal.
Okay, well, all right. I just looked at the anal.
Oh,
I looked at the oral. So yeah, but okay. Look, pass it over here. Let me look at this oral while you on here. Go ahead.
I always deduct points from anybody who uses their hand.
Well, why? Why
with
is
the
that?
oral? Because I want to see your head bob it up and down the whole length, whether it's me, you doing that to me personally, or if I'm watching porn. I don't want you to, and because that's you trying to control the length going in your mouth, and I don't like that. So I want to see the whole length. So I deducted points from my total score for the bottom using his hand for at least part of the oral.
Is this just the start, or is this like what?
It's only like a minute or so for that.
Yeah, but it's like, what you gonna do? Right.
And then, I mean, the hands can do tricks, but I want you to do. The question is never what that hand do; it's what that mouth do.
Yeah,
and so that's what I want to see. So
I
I deduct points for that.
It wasn't like he was trying to grapefruit him with it. I mean, it was this, but I mean,
I still deduct points. I'm the Russian judge.
Okay, well,
I judge
absolutely. Listen,
I judge
and you know what? You have been consistent with that. So yes,
exactly.
You've been consistent. I expect. I'll send you the link.
And then, so on top of that, for the anal,
come on, Bougie. Real G's don't need their hands.
Exactly.
I mean,
come on, Oxon Hill. Listen, if we ain't learned nothing, we learned how to suck dick. I'm kidding. But all right, so for the anal, it was just giving stand at the edge of the bed and thrust lightly.
It was just...
And then of course he nutted as soon as old boy mentioned his wife's name. Not his wife's names, but that he had a wife. Which brings me to my rant.
Let's hear it.
Here's my thing. And it's not just, straight dudes who are fucking dudes or getting fucked by dudes on the sides. But just generally, I hate that this is the Black gay kinky human show. So we can talk about Black people.
Right.
I hate that we have a term sneaky link or side piece because it normalizes cheating on your primary relationship. My thing is, if you don't want to be fucking married, or if you want to continue, whether you like men, women, or men and women, if you want to continue to fuck a bunch of people, then don't get married. It's like an easy solution to that. If you want to be married, then be married. I'm not advocating for or against monogamy. I'm just saying be a man or a woman or a person of your word. And if you say that we are married, or even if we're in this long-term relationship, if you don't want to be in that relationship and you want to fuck other bitches, well, then don't be in that relationship. Why put yourself and that other person, other people, and potentially children and other stuff, and then the consequences of that, child support, all of that other stuff? Why go through all of that if all you want to do is fuck other bitches? And bitches is a unisex term. Yeah. This applies to men. This applies to women. This applies to gender non-conforming people. If you don't want to be married or in a committed relationship, then don't be in one. Because if you are a straight man, there are plenty of they're not all like, the Maury Povich kind of women, which we're going to get to. There are plenty of beautiful, drop dead gorgeous women who only want to fuck.
That's true.
So if you don't want to be married, then don't fucking be married. If you don't want to have a long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, then don't fucking have one. It just feels like too much work to me to be like, oh, now I got to come up with this lie for why I was out late and all of this other stuff. It just feels like too much to do.
So I can see your point, and I see your point, and I almost see why you say that. But then there is also that the side or the sides or the people,
Epic Onyx advocating for cheating in relationships. Now go.
Side or the people that decide that they want the emotional commitment with one person, but they want not a physical commitment, but the physical interactions with several other people because they like variety. Now, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But as long as you all are consenting adults and you talk about that stuff ahead of time, I think that's okay.
Well, that's how you miss. That 99% of people don't do that.
What, right?
And I respect that some people want, me and you get along fine emotionally. We're fine, whatever. But you like to fuck other people. Well, then have that conversation.
Yeah. So, and I'm so glad he put this up there. He says, see, sometimes the math don't match sexually every time, and sometimes you have to get better dick sometimes to appreciate the dick you got at home. I mean, and again, I can see someone's viewpoint on that, because if that's what they like and they like the variety of, but they still love that person, And again, they've had those types of conversations. I don't think that it's anything.
Yeah, but I think we have a skewed perspective on that because we are part of a community where those kinds of conversations are expected to happen. But most muggles and gay muggles don't have those kinds of conversations. They just have a primary relationship, and they're also fucking a bunch of other bitches on the side.
True. Well, listen,
and that just feels like a lot of work to me.
And it's, if you're going, and I feel like if you are going to do the committed relationship and you know that these are the things that you like, I feel like there's a lid out there for every pot. Yes. So just try to find your pot or your lid and make it work. It's hard. It's definitely going to be hard if that's what you're going to try to do, because I feel like many people are not going to be honest enough with themselves.
No.
And yet,
I'm not suggesting that it's an easy conversation.
Let alone
to
be
have.
honest, but be honest with somebody else. Like, hell, just being honest with themselves is the issue.
I know it's going to be difficult, and I feel like a lot of people don't have that conversation because they aren't going to like the answer. Because you're going to go to your wife or your girlfriend and be like, "I love you. Look, I love you. I really do. No, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Epic, look at me. We share so much. I love you. I do. I just need to stick my dick in a lot of other holes."
Then bitch, you don't love me.
I do love you. With all my heart and soul.
But not your dick.
And see.
I mean, come on. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
And, of course, obviously he's living a very heterosexual life, and now he's fucking dudes on the side. And even if I have sympathy for other things, even if I have sympathies for straight acting or appearing men who, because of society, still have to have sex with dudes in secret on the side, even if I sort of no, not ghetto piece theater. It's master queer theater.
It's not ghetto piece.
I appreciate that. We will still trademark that, so no one else can use it. But it's actually master queer theater, Michelle. But even if I accept that, or not willing to overlook, I ain't got to overlook shit because he ain't married. I'm not married to him.
Right.
But even if we understand and, the pathology around a straight man who to the world is straight, but still has sex with other men because he feels like he doesn't live a life where he can be out like that. Girl, why did you film it?
This is the part that I don't understand. This is the part that I just don't get.
Not at all.
If you are going to be doing all this sneaking with the deacons, and you are doing dirt because you know or you feel that something's wrong, and you know that there's going to be some evidence to do some shit later, why are you filming it? Why? And even if you like to watch, there are some rules. And if you like to watch yourself, baby, you use your camera in your place when you are ready, because you can control all of that. You control the narrative, you control the sound, you control the sex, you control the angle, you control how big you look, how small you look. Bitch, you control everything. Don't go to nobody else's house.
Tamika said everyone is surprised except his wife, because they usually know.
Child, listen.
But knowing and having everybody know that you know is two different things.
Well, yeah, that is true. Right. And again, but that's the whole part about being honest with yourself, get alone with other people.
Right.
But she might be honest with herself, but
back to the filming
part. But the filming part?
Back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago, there was, I don't want to call him a church queen because that feels unfair. He's someone who was he was a gospel singer. He was a cute little gospel singer. And you
talking about the one who was getting his dick sucked in the church?
No. This was before that.
Oh.
This was the one that was sucking dick in the church. And
yeah, he was the one sucking dick in the church.
Okay, but this was another one.
Oh, okay.
Because that one, the top was filming. This one, the top was filming, but dude was sucking the dick and looking in the camera as he was sucking the dude off. And then he was like, I didn't know they were filming. And I wrote about this. I blogged about it. I was like, bitch, you looked in the camera. You looked in the camera. So how can you say you didn't know that you were being filmed?
Listen,
this wasn't from a side angle. This wasn't your flank. Bitch, you were sucking his dick and he said, look in the camera. And you was like,
listen, there's no way. Listen, I listen, I will pull a stunt in a show and everything else, but bitch, there's no cameras. Listen,
yeah. So my, overall, I do have like a few sympathies.
Don't, Nichelle.
But I have no right.
Don't, Nichelle.
Go ahead, Nichelle.
Listen,
please.
Do not. We are on YouTube, and you will not. We are not doing that. You listen. You send that in my box. How about that?
Right. They set up a fucking tripod, bitch.
So you knew that they were
you knew that filming was happening. And you know what? Maybe subconsciously he wanted to be found out or whatever. Or maybe the girls just don't think. And then you film with a fucking dude that does OnlyFans. And I'm like, you're not even smart about it's not a sneaky link if it's being filmed, honey.
Listen, I have said this before. Trust no bitch.
Right.
Trust no bitch.
No. And if you need to protect your shit, you feel. Listen, I don't really fuck around quite as much as I used to since I'm, kind of in a committed relationship myself. But the other thing is that we have long ago had this conversation about
other people.
I'm still gonna be fucking other people like when I go on vacation, but I'm certainly not gonna do it in his face. But my point is, when I used to like have random trade over, why the fuck you think they always come to my house? For
you
one,
you can
control the narrative. Bitch, my birthday, child. Oh, best friend about to be demoted.
Ooh,
my birthday is Saturday.
Best friend.
Oh, she about to get it. I'm gonna deal with her later. Vacation don't count. Exactly. See, Tamika, that's why I could fucks with you.
Listen,
because what happens in Fort Lauderdale stays in Fort Lauderdale.
Listen, Mika,
except for we talk about it on the show.
Right, that's true too. We do talk about it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gotta send you the cruise information.
Please, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So I make the, child, all the dates have to take all their clothes off when they come in the front door.
Child.
So you ain't no, you got some shit set up in the corner. Because I know people that have done that. I know people who, you can see it on Twitter. There's plenty of videos of where the trade invites some other trade over to the house and they got a camera
sitting in the back,
right
behind the teddy bear or some shit,
or right
underneath
and yeah. So but you're not gonna get me like that. So anyway, so that was that. What was the other thing, child? We'll get to the
get to all the
stuff. Andrew Caldwell. So I'll y'all Brista. Well, we haven't gotten around to watching Bad Boys Club.
We have not,
and I feel like I can't because it just feels like a lot.
We have not, but it's. So first of all, can we just talk about this motherfucking bear that he had on?
I didn't watch any of it.
No, the clip,
I've only seen 1 or 2 clips.
That clip of him with that tan bear on. He's like,
we'll send you the cruise info too, Tyra.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. I thought we talked about.
Oh, best friend. That was good. He said it's set for every day this week. All right. I'll give that to you. All right, that was a good recovery. All right.
But yes, Woozy Girl, I thought we talked about the whole blackout situation. So we talked about that. And we talked about the cruise a couple times. But okay, but I'll send it.
Yeah. So Andrew Caldwell has retained the law firm of Adife and Robbie.
Who?
Exactly. This isn't Greenberg and Betterman.
Who is it again?
Adife and Robbie.
Bless you.
Robbie.
Bless you.
Robbie.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. So his post, because she's a stunt queen, so everything is a stunt. So she says, I'm heartbroken. I've been suffering in silence and I can't take it anymore. Justice needs to be served, and I encourage anyone else suffering in silence to speak up. And the statement says, our firm has been retained to represent Andrew Caldwell regarding several acts committed against him while participating in a production of Zeus Network's television show, Bad Boys Los Angeles. As we've stated before, it is neither permissible nor entertaining to be the subject of intentional acts of violence or, as in this case, sexual harassment. The history and pattern of abuse many entertainers are subject to endure in this entertainment industry is no longer to be ignored, and industry standards must change. Methods of fear and intimidation are unacceptable in any industry or setting and will not be tolerated. The network has not only failed to ensure the safety and security of its cast members, rather it has consistently created an unsafe and toxic environment for everyone involved in its productions. These occurrences are not isolated, and the exploitation of entertainers for profit is self-evident. The extent of our client's mental and emotional distress is devastating. We intend to fight tirelessly on his behalf. It is time to hold all of those who deem themselves to be above the law accountable for their actions. So,
blah, blah, blah.
Let me tell you what happened.
Blah,
let's read between the lines.
Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, go ahead.
He took his gay ass on this show thinking that he could reinvent himself. But he's a stunt queen by nature. He thinks he's Nene Leakes. He's not.
Unfortunately, he really does think he's Nene. He really does.
But he's not smart like Nene Leakes. He's not able to think on his feet. So he thinks by being loud and flamboyant that the other girls was going back down. But it was a bunch of queens.
Bitch, that's on page 1 of the fucking manual, bitch.
Right.
To have the ability to do what the fuck you... Bitch, you want to get... Listen.
That's not going to work with other homosexuals.
Bitch.
And it's not going to work with the straight dudes who are ready to whoop your ass anyway. So you thought you was going to go on there and pull stunts and shows. And then you thought you was going to go in there as the lion. And maybe you are a lion in some small den in St. Louis where the fuck you live. Right. But you go and you in the cage with Mufasa.
I'm standing strong and tall.
Exactly. And then so your ass find out that, these other girls weren't feeling you like this. And then if you felt like this show has been, they finished production of this weeks ago. You only did this when it came out and the girls are clowning you. And you look a fucking fool. Because if you had come out on top, and then as some of the people had posted, someone just said, at first you weren't on the show and they were using your likeness without permission. Now you're on the show and now you're suing them for harassment. Both cannot be true. And then someone else said, a couple of days ago, you were on live posing with fans and talking about how you love being on the show.
Wait a minute. And so the Sims Overdose say, it's no shade, Andrew leaving was the best decision he's ever made. Really? So wait a minute. So let me back up. So Sims, have you watched the show? Is it like even worth watching? Like, I'm just trying to, because before I actually pay this $5.99 or $7.99 or whatever it is for this Zeus subscription, is it gonna be worth my time to go and look at this damn thing?
We'll get one subscription and we'll share it.
I mean, we already know we're gonna do that. Which is, but I'm just trying to. Bad Boys Club has been a show. You should research to see what goes down on the series before joining.
Right. I mean, right. This isn't some new concept.
Yeah, that's true.
So what did you think he was going to do and be an angel? And you came to pull stunts, and you can. And the problem is that you were on a show with stuntier queens than you.
Listen, because if I remember correctly, isn't one of them Milan on the show?
That's who that was.
Christopher Milan.
You know who else is on there? The dude that gets out of. Remember the dudes at the Toyota dealership?
Yeah, where the money at? Where the money resides? Yeah,
he's one of the girls that Andrew gets into.
So, but listen, Christopher Milan, bitch, listen.
Child, she will cut you.
All I know is that I know that bitch from the ballroom scene. I'm sorry, I know of her from the ballroom scene because I don't know him personally. I've seen him, but I don't know him. Girl.
And then from what I've heard, a lot of the drama on the show is because of shit he started. It wasn't like he was sitting in the corner minding his own business.
he left when he couldn't talk himself out of the ass whooping.
Right. Right.
You talk, especially with all the tea that's going on now.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like I need to catch up on this.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, I don't normally watch these kind of shows because
Sims
and
over
Kirk Franklin's son is also on there.
Yeah, and I heard that looked kind of emotional. So I like, all right, so listen, I'm gonna pay this $7.99, but listen, Sims, if I look at this show and if I ain't moved, ooh, I'm gonna be so mad.
We are going to be mad.
Be so mad.
Big mad. All right, so what else we got to talk about?
But we mentioned this earlier. Maury, our favorite TV host. Because he's a Kiki. Maury Povich, after 31 seasons, Maury has been canceled. He announced his retirement. After 30 years.
I didn't realize the shit was still on.
I know, but
I thought those were old clips. Apparently, those are new clips that we've been seeing.
After 30 years of being on network television, Maury Povich is calling it quits. NBC Universal confirmed on Sunday Povich's syndicated show, Maury, will be ending once his 31st season quits, airing new episodes later this year. In a dual statement from both Povich, 83, and the studio, it was revealed that the talk show host initially planned to retire 6 years ago before agreeing to come back. It's expected the series will stop airing new episodes this September. So the series first launched in 1991 as the Maury Povich Show under the Paramount umbrella, and after 6 years, the show decided to part ways and went to Atlanta NBC Universal, where it's always been. Maury has taped over 3,600 episodes from Stamford, Connecticut, Rich Form, which was also previously home to Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, and Deal or No Deal. Povich started his career as a radio journalist in his native Washington, D.C. He worked in radio and television until landing a gig on a Fox's A Current Affair, a role he held for 4 years before launching his own show. So again, he turned 83 earlier this year. So good luck with that, Maury, because I feel like he's going to wind up doing something else instead of sitting your ass down. You've been on the air for 31 seasons.
He should just
go sit down.
Is he still married to Connie Chung?
But I don't know. But he looks good for 83, at least on the camera. I don't know what he looks like off again. So I'm just saying.
Sure, that's distance. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
you ever seen somebody that work on camera up close and you see all that makeup caked on their face?
I remember seeing Bobby Jones close up, but that's a whole other story.
Ooh, Bobby Jones.
This is
Bitch,
so we have some people in here that used to work on it. That's how I got tickets. And my grandmother called me. She was like, "Is that you in the background?" I said, "Yes." She said, "I thought that was you."
I remember the first time I saw Barbie Jones, I was like, "Child, she is a queen." She is a queen. And then I was like, all these straight people sitting here pretending like this man is not a her. We talk about Connie Chung and Maury Povich.
Oh, okay.
We're not talking about Bobby Jones.
Wait a minute. Is Bobby still married to somebody? What is going on? Okay.
No, we were talking about Connie Chung.
Okay, Connie and Maury are still married. Got you. But is Bobby Jones married?
I don't know.
Is Bobby Jones married?
To a woman? To a biological.
Oh, okay. All right.
Bobby Jones' ears are all the way at the nape of his neck.
All right. So listen.
God bless you, baby. God bless you. I was like, oh, child, you weren't even trying to hide it, huh? Okay, fine.
I can't with you.
Michelle is like, I'm just going to sit here tactfully, silently. Okay.
All right. Listen. Got some good news. Black Lady Sketch Show season 3.
Hopefully, season 3 is better than season 2.
But listen,
I was disappointed.
It premieres on April 8th, and it says it's one of HBO's most underrated series. It's returning for season 3, according to Entertainment Weekly. And it's gonna premiere April 8th at 11:10 Central on HBO Max. Now, HBO Max. Creator and star Robin Thede is back with co-stars Gabrielle Dennis, Ashley Nicole Black, and Skye Townsend. Among the interesting teases Thede confirmed in her interview with EW.com is that the show will finally reveal the origins behind the End of the World storyline.
That's good.
I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
She said, we will find out who or what was responsible for the end of the world and what the fate of the women will be. She said the other seasons has always kind of been left open-ended. We know that someone was at the door in season 1, and it ended up being a kind of a dream within a dream, inception sort of moment for my character. And then at the end of season 2, we saw on the computer screen that someone was watching us in the warehouse. So listen, we're looking forward to this. But Thede also announced that among the 40 season 3 guest stars will be director Ava DuVernay, actors Michaela Jai Rodriguez, Vanessa Williams, and Lance Reddick, and comedians Wanda Sykes, David Allen Greer, and Wayne Brady. So I'm looking forward to that. So that we will definitely talk about, and we will definitely, because that's just a kiki for me. I love that show. What else? We also had there's some news about this mostly Black town in Tennessee that loses financial control just as millions of dollars roll in. Now, in Mason, Tennessee, there's about 1,500 residents. Most of its elected officials are Black and members of the Democratic Party, which is in stark contrast with the mostly white and Republican-controlled Tipton County government, as well as Tennessee Comptroller Jason Mumpower, who on Tuesday took the step of seizing control of Mason's finances. Mumpower's grab comes after he'd given Mason's government a choice between relinquishing its charter, essentially giving away control of the town to Tipton County, or having him step in and assume control of the municipality's budget and spending powers. Now, according to the Tennessee Lookout, a local government watchdog website, Mumpower says the move was necessary to address financial mismanagement in Mason. However, the city's elected officials aren't so sure about that. They're saying, and this is also according to the Tennessee Lookout, Mason officials have pushed back on Mumpower's assessment. He said the town ended up in a $500,000 financial hole because, in large part, by fraud and embezzlement during prior administrations. And Rivers said she and other officials have been working hard to pay off debts accrued under those previous administrations. Rivers is also one of the town officials. She says that other town officials have questioned why Mumpower or other state officials did not intervene before now. Mason, which still serves as home to descendants of freed slaves, was led by white officials for more than a century. The town's first Black mayor, Gwen Kilpatrick, assumed office in 2015 after allegations of fraud and mismanagement led to the resignations of nearly all city hall officials who were white. Mason's residents have elected Black leaders ever since. Mason's current mayor, vice mayor, and 5 of its 6 aldermen are all Black. So the key with all this is that automotive giant Ford is planning to invest a reported $5.6 billion in a massive new electrical vehicle and battery facility dubbed Blue Oval City, which will sit 4 miles from Mason, in the area. Now, this whole situation recalls other incidents of white officials moving to take control of municipal spending from Black ones. In 2018, the Public Development Authority in Duquesne, Pennsylvania, transferred $1.3 million from the city's development funds to a private nonprofit entity controlled by an all-white board that included former city officials. Just before the first Black woman mayor, Nicole Nesby, was sworn into office. So Duquesne is a Pittsburgh suburb. They sued to get the money back, and its city council agreed to a settlement that allowed the money to stay with the private group while having the city appoint someone to its board of directors. Nesby opposed the deal. So very, very reminiscent of that. We'll see what will happen with this. We'll keep our eyes peeled, and we'll try to report back to you on what's going on with that.
Right.
Some sad news.
Mm-hmm.
Gospel legend LaShawn Pace died, and listen, I'm not necessarily a gospel music person, although I know a lot of them. But for many of you that may not know who LaShawn Pace is, if you've been watching TikTok lately and you've seen those little videos where it's like, act like you know,
Mm-hmm.
act like you know, act like you know, act like
that's her.
That's LaShawn Pace.
Mm-hmm.
And for those kids that were into house music and were, hanging out in the clubs, she sang this favorite piece or this favorite clip of a song that many a DJ mixed into a song. Lord, I know I've been changed.
Yes.
And it was like across all of them. So, but anyway, she was 60. She was a part of the Anointed Pace sisters, along with her sisters Doranice, Phyllis, June, Melanda, Dewey, Leslie, Latrice, and Lydia. Doranice passed away in January 2021, and their mother Betty Ann passed in 2020. Pace also had a daughter. Her name was Xenia, and she passed away as well in 2003. She was inducted into the Christian Music Hall of Fame in 2007. And again, she was 60 years old. And so we've lost a great voice. And I remember listening to that song with her, Act Like You Know, with my girl Karen Clark Sheard. And I was like, y'all better sing back and forth.
Right.
So it was cute. I really enjoyed that. And
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. But listen, we have another word for you today. We are going to have this little special with this part of the show called Elocution by Epic. Today's word is chuggy.
Oh, okay.
Chuggy.
Can you use it in a sentence?
I can use it in a
first,
sentence.
can you define it?
I will define it.
Mm-hmm.
Chuggy, it's a slang adjective that's mocking someone or something as uncool. They're out of touch with current trends or trying too hard to be trendy. Similar slang terms are like basic or normie. The word chuggy is often used ironically. So I can use it in
Apparently,
a sentence.
is it chuggy or chuggy?
Chuggy.
Okay, very good.
Chuggy.
Okay.
Although it is spelled Cheuggy, it is pronounced chuggy.
Okay, very good. Mm-hmm.
So here's an example. My mother is so chuggy. She participates in TikTok trends when they are already weeks old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Just so that we know, this happened in 2021, that this word came to be. It was coined by Gabby Rayson, Rasson, of Los Angeles in 2013. Rayson said she invented chuggy when she was looking for a word that described people who were unsuccessfully trying to be trendy. And it didn't go viral until years later when it was used by TikTok user Haley Kane. Kane introduced the word to her followers in a now private video that was posted on March 30th, 2021. So listen, that is elocution by Epic. Chuggy is your word for the day.
Popular culture has passed me by.
Well, you know, I mean, are you just being chuggy? I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm getting chuggy with it.
So, yeah.
Well,
So,
that's that.
did you meet her in the show? She was so nice. She just wanted Chris choice of word. Oh, okay.
I think we were talking about Robin Thede.
No, I think she's talking about
that post that was up there before that. She was talking about Robin Thede.
Oh,
Robin Thede won a Critic Choice.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, the one thing on May 2nd, the next Met Gala, so we got to prepare for the Met Gala.
So I feel like
Regina King is the chair this year.
I feel like we do we need to do a live special for watching? I don't want to do the live. Like, I feel like we probably get better when we just do the pictures afterwards.
I don't even know where we would watch it live.
But I feel like we probably do we want to May 2nd? We have time to do an ensemble and come.
We could definitely do an
ensemble. We can do a Luke and we can come in, we can have an entrance and okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll try to do a Luke for May 2nd. A live. So listen, we do a live every week on Wednesdays at 8:00.
Right. We'll talk about it though. We'll figure out what that.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure out how we're gonna do that. So, but anyway, listen, y'all take a look at this beautiful beam footage, and we will be right back. Okay.
All right.
So listen, and Bougie Girl, it is your birthday, May 2nd. Oh my God. Maybe we have to do something. We'll figure out what we can do. But in other birthdays, listen, this is so I always have it's 30 days of Epic. So that's the whole month of June. But again, I encourage people to do their own 30 days. But we already know that the Brista's birthday is coming up on this Saturday. So yes. I'm sending out all good vibes and trying to get all the good vibes to come into him as well. And you know how you can do that?
Let it wash. People just look. Right on my face.
All the sexy people.
Give me those vibes.
All the sexy people just send him nudes. Just send him
Send
nudes.
me nudes.
Send him nudes
yes.
for his birthday. Listen, that'll make him wake up in the morning. He'll be like, "Happy birthday to me."
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm just saying that's how you can. It's May 20th, but I'm celebrating all month. Okay, all right, but you're celebrating all month. Okay, cool.
Now, last year I celebrated all year because it was a milestone birthday.
Okay.
That felt like, well, I did not because of COVID.
Joe.
If we had a normal year, because I had plans for 50 in the same way that I had plans for 40. Every year, the year that I turned 40, 2011, I did something every month to celebrate my 40th birthday. But because of COVID, I sort of restricted myself to two things: the trip to Cancun and that lovely trip to Fort Lauderdale, because that was part of it too. So
listen, I had
news from everybody, baby. I mean,
news is news, baby.
News is news. Bodies are beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that gay men have to get over. It was like, just because you don't necessarily want to stick your dick in a hole don't mean you can't recognize that a hole is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And listen,
other body parts are beautiful. That's that patriarchy shit that, you know, you only find interest in things that you are attracted to.
Epic 30 years ago would have been like, well, wet muscle is wet muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And even now I sit back and say, well, wet muscle.
So come on, Tyra, I want to see them girls in all of their glory.
Two, please.
Right.
Two, please.
I want to see news from everybody who was on the show today. Thank you.
Everybody's like, it's like everybody's like, what? It's like
news. Just send them right to my Facebook. That's it's Dominion Onyx on Facebook. So I appreciate you.
And there it is.
So as usual, we thank you all for coming out and joining us. There's so much that you could be doing on Wednesdays other than tuning in and listening to us party and bullshit for an hour and a half.
And even though you can be reminded, if you just take the subscribe and you click the bell and you don't have the line in front of it, you can find out when we're online. I mean, I just want to throw that back in there just one more time, just in case. I wasn't gonna put no fingers or say nothing about Desmond. I wasn't gonna do that. I
is the professional. Exactly.
I wasn't gonna point him out like that, Desmond. But I mean, I wasn't gonna take his name and put his up on the screen or nothing like that.
Right.
Listen, go ahead. But I wasn't gonna put him. Listen, I wasn't gonna put him on the screen like that to say he didn't, do all this description correctly. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that. But I mean, that's where we are. Mika, darling, I'm so happy to see you, and it's a damn shame that I haven't even come down to see your ass. And I've been down in that area several times. She's down outside of Richmond.
Oh, okay.
So, and I came down there and went to the damn beach. I mean, not the beach, to the damn King's Dominion and down to the damn Williamsburg and everything else. And I just did not get to see you. I'm so sorry, love. But I will make sure this summer I actually do come down to see you, and even before then. So, love you too.
We love all of you. And so with that, we'll say thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night.